Welcome, friends. Thanks for joining me. We're just playing around tonight to pass the time. I'm working on a 5x7. This is a panel I won at a plein air competition one time. I won a box of these. There's a foam in it. I haven't used them much, so we're going to use those. I'm going to try something very different. First, we're going to tone the canvas. I talk a lot about how loose some artists start out, and like when I took the workshop with Mark Boges, he had areas in his painting that stayed very, very loose, and then he had areas that he was very particular about and he developed. And I've mentioned before that I've seen some artists paint very loose in the beginning and kind of bring it together with their highlights. So that's what we're going to try to do. Let me show you what I set up over here. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I just very quickly chose the objects. The teapot and a tulip and an apple. Like I said, it doesn't matter because it's just, you know, we're just playing around here. So we'll start out and we'll just put a wash on the canvas so we can get some paint on there. Hopefully this panel doesn't fall off. I stuck it up there. That tape's been up there a while, so if it does, it does. Looks like these are kind of rough textured canvases too. We'll see how this goes. So we're just going to start out and get some color on here. That never hurts. And if you're watching this, I guess I posted it and I felt like it worked out reasonably. Got my second shot yesterday and haven't felt great today. Not extremely sick, but my daughter called to check on me and I said kind of weak, and I laid around a while and I said I can feel my eyes move in my head. Do you know what I mean by that? As you look around, you know, it kind of almost makes you feel dizzy. But, you know, I understand you can have some pretty extreme symptoms, so again, not complaining. I don't, you know, it's sure not as bad as getting the virus, so. So we got some color on there. Let's wipe that around and we'll try to get some of the water out of it, because I do thin with water a little bit. These are water mixable oils, not water-based oils. I'm planning on working with a large paintbrush and just going to place color up there. I will use my view catcher kind of guide me, but again, we're just trying to be really loose, get some color up there, and then come back and kind of, I don't know, we'll see how it goes, kind of describe it then with highlights is what I'm thinking. So I've got a really large brush here to work with, pretty big, because I don't want to get picky, and I don't know. I don't have a real definite plan, just playing around. I have a DVD by C.W. Mundy where he just lays on all this color, then he drags a paper towel over it, and then he kind of goes in and picks stuff out. So it's a little along the line of that thinking, but again, I'm just trying to, oops, sorry about that. If you're a watercolorist, you know, this kind of thing might work well for you, you know, just to lay color up there. And I am, you know, thinking about the fact that when I go more toward the light, it gets warmer and lighter. So I'm getting warmer and lighter over there. But we're not really, you know, we're just blocking color in. I don't really, you can tell, I don't really have a plan. That's kind of the spout. It's just some color. There's a lid, and the handle would run up and off. I don't really know. All right, we'll get into some red now for the apple and the tulip. I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll put these colors on there and then we'll put some color up there for the background too. I don't know, we'll see. There's your apple kind of, right? And then there's a tulip laying here. And a stem. You know, just get out of your comfort zone. Just fling some paint around, you know. I think if you haven't painted in a while and you're intimidated to start, stuff like this can be good. Just get some paint out and play. Okay, so we'll kind of, you know, block in the background. I'm going to darken this side a little bit more because part of the teapot's darker. This side of the apple's darker. Again, you know, at this stage, would anybody know what you're painting? No. And that's kind of the idea behind it, I guess. You know, we're going to see if we can bring it in with some highlights. Again, that's your apple, and that's your tulip. And the setup, you know, may be lousy. I did not put a lot of thought into this, so, you know, we could even scratch back into here for the handle. I don't really know. You can tell I don't have a plan. I don't expect this at all will be something I'll keep. This is just practice. Now I'm going to go, this brush is huge, we'll go down to a brush that's still pretty good size and start seeing what we can do now with that. But would you know what that was? Nah, looks like an elephant kind of. Okay, so I'm going to think about brightening up areas to try to explain parts of it. There's a highlight there we'll put on. Nope. I've got to resist, you know, picking at it too much because that was not my intention here. You know, I'm trying to be very loose, so. And this apple is that one that's partly red and partly green that we painted. But I don't know if I care about that or not. We'll see. Much darker on that side. I don't know, maybe we should put the green in. I'll stay back on the brush so I don't get too picky. And now we'll think about this tulip. It's way down here. It's got a stem that leads you off. Now I think what I'm going to do is mix something really dark up again, and we'll go over the background again. Again, I don't want to get too picky because I was trying not to do that, so. You know, I don't like the looks of the tulip in there. I might take that out. Yeah, like I said, I've got a couple of C.W. Mundy's DVDs, and he's very good. And like I said, he took a paper towel over all this color he blocked in, and then he just explained just a few areas of it. Like, if I remember right, he had a real detailed piece of hardware on it that he did explain. Oops. about that. Okay, let's paint over the light part on the bottom. You know, we all stress about paintings too much. What the heck? I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's our stem. I do want that to feel like a stem, so that's like I was talking about Mark Boges. He has elements in his paintings that are so loose, but then he has places where he spends an unbelievable amount of time, where he's very, very particular. Trying to think if we're explaining things well enough. If this reads like a little teapot and an apple. I didn't put the screen behind it, but normally I do, and you know, normally it's dark, but this is one. It might have been better for the whole background to have been light. I don't know. All right, let's just see if we need any more dark touches to help explain. You know, again, without getting too picky. A little reflected color up there, like from the apple. And a couple more highlights, and we'll get back and look at it. Now, do we need something else in it? Probably, but again, you know, we're just playing around here, so I just wonder how it would look if the whole background was lighter, actually, you know. Well, we're just playing around, so let's just try. Because we've probably only been at this 20 minutes. All right, let's just try. Wipe out around these elements. If you toned and let it dry, I mean, you could just wipe back to the tone. Of course, I'm going back all the way to canvas because obviously it was wet. All right, so we're going to lighten it up. I kind of think I want to. Got a lot of paint up there, and it's good. You know, feels like a little teapot. Is it an absolutely perfect little teapot? It is not. Do we care? I mean, we can develop a little more if we want. Clean up the shape of that a little bit. All right, we're quitting. It was just a quickie, 23 minutes. We'll show it to you. Again, I think stuff like this is really good if you, some people just can't get started painting again. I mean, just get them paints out and fling them around. There it is. I don't know. You know, I'm not saying, I did not give this composition any thought. So we've got a round apple and a round teapot, and you know, it mirrors the shape, which some people say choose objects that do mirror the shape. But I still, you know, feel like something else here would be good, some leaves or something. But again, it's just practice. But it's colorful and juicy, and I didn't work too hard at it. Hope you enjoyed watching. Get them paints out. Join me again next time. You have a wonderful evening. Like and subscribe too if you haven't done that, please.